Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel, simplydaisy. Since spring is finally here, I thought I'd show you how to make a crochet rose. It's a really intricate looking flower that's easy to make. So let's get started. To make the crochet roses, you will need red or pink yarn, a crochet hook. I'll be using a 5.5mm hook, scissors, and a sewing needle. The stitches we will be using are the slip stitch, chain, single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet. So before I started, I made a rose, but I didn't connect it, so it still has all of the tails. To help you understand how we will be making the rose, because at first glance it looks pretty difficult. So it's basically just one long curly strip of crochet. So there are three main sections of this. There are large petals, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where we use the double crochet. Then there are medium-sized petals, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, where we use the half double crochet. And then there are 3 small petals where we use the single crochet. 1, 2, and 3. And then we just curl it up and sew it together to make our rose. So we're going to start by making a slip knot. Then insert your crochet hook and tighten the string. Then we're going to make a chain of 26. So to chain, you have your hook facing away from you, put it on the left side of the string, yarn over, and pull through. So that's 1 chain. So continue until you have 26 chains. So the next row is entirely single crochet. We're going to skip this first stitch and do a single crochet into this second. So we skip 1 and insert into the second chain, yarn over, come out. So we have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, and pull through 2. Again, we insert, yarn over, come out. With 2 loops, we yarn over and pull through both. So just continue until you have 25 single crochet. So now we've completed a row of single crochet, and so we did this as a base for our petals. So now we can turn our work and start on the petals. So like I showed you before, we had large petals, medium petals, and small petals. So we're going to start with the large petals using the double crochet. So we're going to skip this first stitch and insert into this second one. So we skip 1 and insert here. So we yarn over and then insert into the second one from the hook, yarn over, come out. So now we have 3 loops on our hook. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through only the first 2, leaving 2 loops, yarn over and pull through those last 2. Now we're going to do 4 more double crochet into this same stitch. So again, we yarn over, insert, yarn over, come out with 3 loops, yarn over, pull through only the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. So just keep going until you have 5 double crochet. So now we have our 5, we're going to slip stitch into this next stitch. So this one right here. So we insert, yarn over, come out, and pull through. So we've just completed our first petal. So we're going to repeat the same thing for the next one. So we're going to do 5 double crochet into this stitch. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, come out with 3 loops, yarn over, pull through only the first 2, yarn over, and pull through the last 2. So again, we finished our 5 double crochet, and then we slip stitch into this next stitch. Insert, yarn over, come out with 2 loops, and then we pull through. So just repeat the same process we did for each of the petals until you have 5 large petals total. So now we're done with the large petals, and we're going to work on the 4 medium petals. So it's the same thing, except we're working with half double crochet instead of double crochet. So we start by yarning over, inserting into this next stitch. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, come out. So we have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3. We do the same thing until we have 5 half double crochet. Then we slip stitch into this next stitch. So we insert, yarn over, come out, and pull through. And continue in the same pattern by doing 5 half double in the next stitch and then slip stitch into the one afterwards. So now we've done our 4 medium-sized petals, and we're going to work on the 3 small petals. So again, it's the same thing except with single crochet. So to do single crochet, we insert, yarn over, come out, so we have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, and pull through both. So just do 5 into this same stitch. Then slip stitch into the next, and continue until you have 3 small petals. So now we're done with all of our petals. So we're going to chain 1 and pull until you have about 10 or so inches. So we want a long tail. Then we're going to use our scissors to cut it, and then pull tight. So the only thing left to do is to sew it together. So I'm going to start by sewing this first tail in. And cut the excess off. So I'm going to take my long tail and put it through my sewing needle. Now I'm just forming the small petals in the way that I want them to look and putting my needle through one of the petals to get to the back where we're going to be sewing. Now I'm sewing the rows together by sewing only through the single crochet, which was the base for our petals. Then I flip the rows over and rearrange the petals to make them look how I want them to, and continue sewing, making sure to sew all the way around the rows and not just in one particular area. Then I repeat the same steps by flipping over the rows and arranging the final petals how I want them to look. Then I continue sewing all the way around the rows. So now I'm left with this flap from one of the large petals, so I'm just going to sew it to one of the medium petals to make sure that it's attached. And finally, I'm just going to weave in the ends by sewing through one of the petals. Then I'm just going to cut off what's left over. And so we started by making one of the long strips of crochet, and then we curled it all together in a way that we wanted it to be, and sewed it. So this is our completed crochet rose. Now that you know how to make your crochet rose, you can add it to lots of different things, like headbands or granny squares, and it's similar to the puff flower, where you can add it to lots of different projects to add a pop of color. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you thought it was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel down below, and I'll see you next week. Bye!